What's up, guys? My name is Panic here, otherwise known as Panic Picnic, and today we're going to be talking about StarCraft 2. And these are some of my gripes I really have with it, and that's pretty much what I think can also be done to really just make the game better. Now, StarCraft 2 and StarCraft 1 are some of my favorite games of all time. I love this story. While I wasn't a huge fan of how it resolved in Legacy of the Void, I think it just was a little bit quick. I would really like to talk about multiplayer. With StarCraft becoming free to play at the last BlizzCon, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for other players that have never experienced the story as well as the gameplay that you don't really get to see nowadays. It's something unique and it's amazing, especially with the three races as Terran, Zerg, and Protoss. But one thing that I think is that StarCraft has a hard time doing is getting the attachment of newer players. Well, yes, they've got many different streams such as Innovation, they've got Base Trade TV, and even the WCS, the World Championship Series, and even GSL and ASL. I think it's not getting the people they want. They're not getting people at all. And the reason why I feel this is because StarCraft 2 is a whole lot to take in. It's one of those games that you could literally play for hours and hours and hours and hours and years and years and years, and you still feel like you're getting nowhere without any guidance. And I feel like this is an area I feel like Blizzard should immediately address as soon as possible. While I feel like co-op is a good way to get people who've never played the game before into something kind of familiar, like you've never played Terran before, a good way to try it out is to play Raynor. Raynor is a good way to learn how to just play with bio and stuff like that. If you've never played Protoss before, of course, Artanis is good to learn how to do that as well. And Kerrigan is a good way to learn how to play basic Zerg. If you want to learn to play mech, a good way to learn is through Swan, if you've never, and so on and so forth. However, this does not go into the core concept of what I would like to really go into. I feel like the newer players, when they've got all this information at their fingertips and co-op and stuff like that, they don't really know how to learn. They don't really know how to play the game. And really, the tutorials that they do have and training such as that it's not, in my opinion, very useful. I think a big thing that they should do is they should add an entire new area in the training mode to deal with. Build orders. Build orders is one of the core concepts revolving around StarCraft, such as like the Rax Reaper or the 1-2-3 opening and stuff like that. In terms of Terran, I think what Blizzard should do is should have like at least a game mode in training. If it's not already in arcade, and it's just like a little bit of a timer or something like that, so just some average times to go like, hey, I want to pick this build order and just go 1, 2, 3, and then it sets you down a time limit, and it goes build a barracks, then it goes build a factory, then it goes build a starport. I think by doing stuff like this, if you can give people the opportunity to realize that build orders are a really core concept on how to play the game or what order they should play, it'll actually give them something fun. It'll give them something fun to do to actually, because it looks like they're learning something. Because right now, if you just drop into a game of 1v1, you've pretty much got everything up to your fingertips, and you really don't know what to do, and you don't know anything about upgrades and stuff like that. Well, I think the campaign does cover that slightly. I don't feel like it says it covers in a 1v1 opportunity. I think if Blizzard really would open up into this area to talk about build orders or go in a direction like how Day 9 does, I feel like they could really get into the newer players to get into this RPG. I mean, into this game mode. I mean, into this game type, because you don't really see, like I said, you don't really see a lot of these types of strategy games. Yes, you get Total War. And stuff like that, but it doesn't, and Age of Empires, but it doesn't go into the detail like I said StarCraft 2 does with APM and all this unit management. Like I said, I feel like Blizzard should add in a build order mode for all three races, even if it's just generic for like 1 or 2 type of build orders. Well, I know there's plenty of them. This can be voted on in their own little thing. Like they could have a whole new tab right here. But just build orders where you can vote on them and stuff like that, like how you would see in Dota, where it's just like, hey, these are some item managements and stuff like that. And you can have like a little clock timer as well that allow you to just practice the build order every so often. I think this could also do well not only with newer people who are new to StarCraft, but I think this would also do well with veterans who would like to try out new builds or to show new builds. For me, like one I really that really came to prominence that I really enjoyed that made me like Terran a lot more was Air Terran. Now Air Terran it's something it's hard to do, but because it was just discovered using build orders and stuff like that. But I think, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but I think build orders is a great way. And I think Blizzard should act on it, and I think it's something easy and simple enough to do. That being said, my name is Panic Picnic. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll try to keep these videos a little less ranty, but that's pretty much what I feel like that is really missing from StarCraft. Outside of that, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I hope to see you guys at the picnic table. See ya!